What is up, guys? Evil Man here, bringing you another Wi-Fi match. Today we're going to go back down in tiers and we're going to go back to NU, showing you some of the guys who get a little bit less attention. Today's match is against NoIceAge, one of the best NU battlers around. Of course, there will be a link in the description. Please go check him out. Convince him to keep battling. He's a really good guy. Anyways, I want to talk a little bit about tier changes. This month there's been some tier changes and it hasn't really affected the upper tiers much, but in the lower tiers you're seeing a lot of massive changes. Like Charizard and Sawsbuck are down to NU, which is really weird, and it means that a lot more Sun teams are going to be prevailing in NU, and Charizard and Sawsbuck are just way too overpowered, so we need to at least get them to BL2 or something. I don't know what Smog was thinking. But anyways, go ahead and start off this match. I'm going to lead with Superior, while he's going to go ahead and lead off with Jump Fluff, his Fluff You. Yeah, well, Fluff You too, bitch. And I'm going to go ahead and go for Taunt, shockingly being faster. The only thing I was really going for was to get a miss off of his Sleep Powder, and then Taunt. But luckily, I guess I was faster. And right here, he's going to stay in, and I'm going to go for Glare and miss, while he goes for Struggle. Now, he might not have had any moves that, or he might not have thought he had any offensive moves, so he might have just clicked that button on accident. I'm not quite sure. But here he's going to go ahead and switch out into his Regicock. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stay in and go for a Glare, predicting a Fire type to come in, trying to slow it down. But it's just Regicock. No one gives a shit. So here he's paralyzed, and I get some recovery. Now this is my own custom set for Superior, so it's a little bit different than what you might be used to. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Taunt, expecting Stealth Rocks. Well, he's going to go ahead and just go straight for Fire Punch, trying to knock the Superior out, because he sees it as a massive threat to his team. I'm not too worried about it though, because I know I can take out Regirock with enough time and practice. So I'm going to stay in and just keep going for Leaf Blade. And I'm getting a little bit of luck hacks in this game. It's actually pretty intense. Evil Man having good luck. I know, it's shocking. Like right here, I get the first para off after the Leaf Blade. And now I'm just going to try and stay in and get Regirock down, because I know I can handle most of the rest of his team if I can just have Regirock out of the way. So here I'm going to go for Leaf Blade again, get the critical hit, which wasn't really a big thing because it's a high critical ratio move, but then I get the para on top of it, which is actually pretty important. And I'm just going to keep getting my leftovers back. Now noticing he doesn't have leftovers, I'm going to be assuming he's running the Dry Rock so that way he can get Sun Up for 8 turns instead of 5. But he's really more concerned at this point about knocking out my Superior. So he's going to go for Stone Edge, noticing that Fire Punch didn't do all that much. But it's still not going to be doing that, or doing enough. And he's just going to leave his Regicock in here to die, which, you know, honestly was the better play. He could have switched into something to take the Leaf Blade, but he doesn't really want to sacrifice damage on anything else, because most of his team already has a Life Orb. So I can understand what he was going for there. So right here, he's going to go into Charizard. We were talking on Skype before, and he said something about a Specs Charizard being just dominant in NU, so I had a big feeling that this was going to be that Charizard. So I'm going to switch out to my Hentai, my Octillery, because doesn't that thing just look like it wants to rape little Chinese schoolgirls? I mean, I think it does. It's actually a really good poke. It's actually the whole Pokemon the team is based around on. And that Fire Blast is going to take me down below half. Like, this is full HP Octillery, and he's just tearing through me. Imagine if the sun was up and he had solar power. Oh my gosh. What was Smogan thinking? Okay, now I'm going to feint, and I'm going to go into my Specs Ixion, which is going to be my little Zebstrika, who I got the idea from Fatal for. And I'm going to go ahead and go for Volt Switch, not knowing what he wants to do, and just trying to, you know, get some damage in. I know that Volt Switch would still do a massive amount to Charizard, this being Stab and Specs, and super effective. So I figured it would be a good play all around. And he's going to go into his Victory Bell while I go into my Juke, because it has a big nose, my nose pass thing, Probo Pass, that's the name. And he's gonna go back out into Fluff You. And when I see Fluff You, I'm like, well, Fluff You too, Thunder Wave. So now his Fluff You is basically screwed. And I figured this was a Sun setup, but I didn't know what the rest of the set would be, but still getting it parried is always a big thing. Noticing this is also a Sun team, Stealth Rocks will be big. So here he's gonna go ahead and hit the Sleep Powder. And now I'm thinking he might Leech Seed, he might U-turn, he might set up the Sunny Day. There's a lot of options, and I'm not feeling too confident about any of them. So I'm going to go ahead, go into Ixion, and now he's going to set up his Sunny Day. So I know that all of his Chlorophyll users are going to get really fast. I know that all of his Charizard is going to get really strong. He also has a Rapidash on the team that's going to benefit from it. So I'm kind of scared right now. So I'm just going to go for T-Bolt, hoping to take it out or get a prediction. I really didn't want to go for Overheat just in case he switched out. But even at that, he's going to go for Memento, and it's basically going to force me to switch out of Ixion and go into something else, while he goes into Bambi's Mum, because he's a dumb British bastard and he names things with a U instead of an O. And I'm going to switch back into Jew while he goes for the Swords Dance. Now right here he could have kept setting up, but I think he was afraid that I would wake up another turn. So he's just going to take me out really quick with the nature-powered Earthquake. Now, this is the reason why I couldn't run a different background in this video, because if I would have run the dark background I usually run, it would have turned into like Dark Pulse or something, which would have fucked up the whole video. So if you guys like those, I'm sorry, it just couldn't happen this match. So here he's going to lose a little bit of life, or a little bit to Life Orb, blah, and I'm going to go ahead and send in Luck, which is the Absol. Now, right here, I'm going to get the critical hit, but I don't think it matters that much, because I'm Adamant, I am Life Orb, that is Stab, he took Rocks, he took Life Orb. There is so many factors to where it wouldn't have mattered, and the crit can almost be expected because this is Super Luck Absol. I mean, like Fatal said, Super Luck Absol critical hit. You just know it's coming. So he's going to go back into his Victory Bell, and he's going to go for Growth. And right here, I really kind of underestimated how strong Victory Bell can be, and I'm going to go ahead and go into my Trash, hoping I can take like one hit, but he's going to go for Weather Ball, and with Growth, and with Sun, and with Life Orb, he's just going to destroy me in one shot. I mean, I was full health, and I'm kind of specially invested, so I was really surprised he was able to knock me out that quick. So now I'm going to go back into Luck, and I'm just going to go for the Sucker Punch really quick, knock it out, get to the next poke. Because Luck is going to be like my only safe haven in this entire match, because I cannot outspeed those Chlorophyll users. So right here, he's going to go into his Unicorn, and I know I can probably hit it right away with the Sucker Punch, but I don't know what it's going for, so I want to go into Slither to kind of scout. Maybe if he went for Flare Blitz, I'd know he was trying to damage. But here he's going to go, like I said, for the Will-O-Wisp. And now Slither is, you know, injured, but it can still do some things because it has max speed and max HP rather than an attack investment. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Glare to go ahead and slow down the Rapidash, so that way I can be ensured that I'll be okay. He's going to go for Flare Blitz to knock me out, but this means I'll have the match right here, because with Stealth Rocks up, Charizard's going to take out half of his health, and with Specs, Zebstrika, that means I can just spam Thunderbolt. So unless he comes out with like maybe a critical hit quick attack, or maybe he just, you know, has something up his sleeve that I'm not seeing, I should be okay to end this match. So like I said, go for the T-Bolt, knock out Rapidash, and then here comes that last little moment of truth to where if he was running Scarf or Specs on his Charizard, and if he was running Scarf, I still could have won because I could have just sent out my Absol, gone for the Sucker Punch, and that would have been the game. So this is a match where I actually used a team that was able to counter thanks to a little bit of luck hacks and thanks to him probably not running max speed on his Jumpluff, but Sun is still really overpowered and it needs to get out of NU. But if you guys liked the video, leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys around later. Peace.